Hi everyone, so I'm Julius Cole, and today we'll bring to you the Mind series, which is proudly sponsored by Armor Furniture, and then we're in partnership with Regent University of Science and Technology, who gave us the location. So it's awesome to have some prestige and prominent men and women among us, which are all, by the grace of God, let me say they are all students of Regent University. So quickly, I'll be doing a short introduction of the people we have. So I start with, we have His Lordship Prince Jackson Ede Jr., who is reading, he's in level 400 reading IT. He's the Chief Justice of the Student Parliament of Regent University. And then I also have with me Miss Ernestina Oforiwa, who is an entrepreneur, and also she's also doing management with computing in Regent University. And I also have to my far right, Mr. Somto Chukwu, Stanislaus Emeka Ouneme, who is a level 400 student. He's also doing computer engineering in Regent University. And my far end, I have Mr. Samuel Kwajo Noi Dati, who is also reading BBA in e-commerce level 400. So let the show commence. Hi everyone.
Hi.
So I know I did an introduction, but I guess people would love to hear your voices and hear your names. Or don't you think so? So let's just do a brief one again. No, don't worry. Let's.
So I'm Jackson.
And have Christina. All right. So today we have an awesome theme for our discussion, which is life in Ghana as a foreigner. So interestingly, the panel comprises of 3 different nationalities. So we have a Liberian, we have a Ghanaian, we have a Nigerian, and as well another Ghanaian. So let's start with the first question, which goes to the first foreigner. Since Mr. Ulaka, you're already the mic ready, so let me ask you the first question. So the first question says, how has living in Ghana shaped your sense of identity compared to your home country?
I'm still the same person. I've certainly changed in some ways since I came over here. I think about 4 years ago now. My identity is more or less like I see myself as one who has traveled at least. And has had the experience of speaking with people and understanding people of a different culture, how people do other things. And even though at first it was a bit different, I eventually got myself accustomed to it. So I think my identity has been shaped by my experiences here as someone who sees the world as a place that needs to be explored and needs to be traveled, and people as people that need to be seen and interacted with.
Mr. Jackson, would you have anything to add?
Basically, I would say it's the same. The principles as an individual and the way we were bred from the childhood still remain the same, just that we are in an educative environment. So there is a lot to learn. I would say, even when I last interacted with my dad, one of the things he told me like, I like the men that become. So that means I am becoming. One of the reasons I came to Ghana to study was for this same reason. Learning to be diverse, learning to interact with other people. And I think I've actually done a lot of it because I've explored and I would say since I came to Ghana, at least I have traveled out of Accra twice every year. I've gone as far as Tema, the Eastern region, I've gone as far as the Volta region. So,
But how long have you been in Ghana?
I've been in Ghana since October 2022. Yes, October 2022.
So you came from Liberia to Ghana, October 2022. So that's 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
Approaching 4 years.
Yeah, it's going to 4 years now. Okay. That's nice. Okay, let me ask our beautiful lady, the only lady among the strong men, Charlie. All right, so I want to know, from you being a Ghanaian, so from your perspective, how do you see foreigners integrating into Ghanaian society? How do you see them fitting into the Ghanaian society? Are they well fitting, or what do you say? What's your idea on that?
Okay, so what I can say is the foreigners will integrate well when they respect our local, let me see, our local customs. Yeah.
Oh, so do you feel like they do not respect
Oh,
the local customs? Is that what you feel?
No, I'm not saying they do not respect our local customs, but they will be well integrated in the society when they really respect our local customs.
Or maybe adapt to it? What do you think?
Yes, because if you go to someone's country and you don't, let me say, their food, their language, and certain stuff that they do in that country, maybe their culture and stuff, if you don't really love it or respect anything about it, I think you are not going to feel the vibe like that.
You feel the vibe. I see. So it's trying to say, in order for you to feel the vibe, you need to blend in. Is that so?
Yes.
So in order for you to feel the vibe, you need to blend in. Oh, that's nice. Oh, is that why do you want to sing? Oh, say something. Oh, Bakani now.
No, I mean for the foreigners, it's a whole cultural shift for them. Coming to someone's country, you have to mentally prepare yourself that you have to learn their culture one way or the other. You could be trying their food, you could be learning their language because, for example, you can't be in someone's country for 4 years and not know the basic how are you right?
Same.
Exactly. So it's a cultural shift. So the integration is more of like a mental thing more than it's being physical. You don't need to necessarily like because you're in Ghana, we're Ghanaians all the time. Because we are Ghanaians, we do it's more of like a psychological thing. So you prepare yourself, you embrace it like in someone's country, so one way or the other you then that's a learning experience. So one or two stuff. You have to just embrace yourself. That's it.
So following what you say, there is this concept or this idea from foreigners. They believe that Ghanaians are not well receptive to foreigners. How true is that?
Well, from a Ghanaian perspective, what I know is Ghanaians are the embodiment of hospitality.
Do we all agree with that?
Yeah, it's well known, even outside Ghana. Like, that's the first thing. Ghanaians are always like welcome. So it might be maybe a notion from other people, but I don't think it's like it's a general notion.
But have you heard the word Libria or Aletini? Okay, so the reason why I use Aletini or Libria is based on the panelists we have here. So we have Liberian, we have a Nigerian. So when it comes to the Liberians, mostly hear them say Libria. If it comes to the Nigerian, they say Aletini. And I feel like it's a stereotype. I don't know. Or have you heard that before?
Yeah, you have a point, but let's not disregard that even in our Ghanaian set, we do that the same, like different
Among ourselves.
Like we have, sorry to say that, like before
number 9,
so like that. It's always going to be that. There is always going to be like a percentage of people that stereotype. Yeah, you can't do anything about it. There are always pros and cons to everything. So, yeah, I think that's it. It's not something that is a general notion, it's just a percentage of people.
Oh, that's nice. All right, let's okay, you want to say something?
The eye to the integration aspect. Like my friend actually said, and integration is made. I remember when I came to Ghana and then I got to the hostel and the ladies of the hostel were doing their I specifically told her that I don't want any other nationality other than the Ghanaian. It wasn't because I had a stereotype against other nationality. I didn't want any other, even she said, what about Liberian? I said, I don't even want a Liberian keeper.
You don't want your own person in your room.
And it is not because I hate the Liberian, right? I've lived with Liberian all through my life.
So you want to explore.
I want to have this. And I remember my first roommate was a Ghanaian. And after a semester, he moved to another hostel. And then I put her in.
You want
the
to
next person that should be a Ghanaian.
Okay. And how was the relationship?
Yes, man.
Okay, my friend is right here.
Yes,
That's nice.
yes, man.
So he's a little witness right now.
He knows the interaction me as a person personally and how I relate with every other person. Actually, I think the reason why I came to school in Ghana wasn't just about the school. Because if it was the school, I would still go to school. We have other schools there as well. But I think it is a cultural diversity. It is you being able to survive in a new environment. Okay? It is you being able to adapt to new culture because as an individual, the war is not a war village. You should tell it was some 200 let's say even 50 years back, our parents, the way they lived, it is quite different from the way we live right now because the war is in our palms, we are carrying it in our phones. We don't have with other people from around. But the physical interaction gives you a mental perspective of that. So let me just show you this thing. There is this accident that happened, right? A Liberian guy was murdered. He was falsely accused as being dead, and he was murdered. Yeah.
Okay, I heard of the story.
You heard of the story. So I've been following the story. People have had different perspectives around that. There are some Ghanaians come in, the way they speak, you are so disappointed. And then some Liberians come in, the way they speak, you are also very disappointed. I tell anybody in life it is good to be skeptical. But there's a very thin line between being skeptical and being cynical. Okay? A lot of cynicism have come around this topic, and then people tend to generalize on specific instances. So I tell people that's something that happened. It would have happened to him anywhere else in the world. It could have happened to him even in Liberia.
Yeah.
It could have happened to him in Nigeria. It doesn't mean that because a few by individual that you have interacted with in a specific location, you tend to generalize
Everybody? Yeah, the entire place.
So those generalizations, I mean, be skeptical about some interactions that you have the experience to avoid certain things, but I don't think the generalization, and that's why we tend to do a lot generalization. Take specific incidents and generalize for everybody, and then it is just wrong.
Okay.
And then, like this, the food or something. That's one of the things I think I've actually tried.
The food.
I eat any Ghanaian.
Have you eaten a friend say akrantie?
Let me tell you something, right?
Have you eaten akrantie?
I think I even ate all the Ghanaian food right in Liberia before I came.
Oh, so you started. So he
there
literally
is-
started rehearsing his food. That's why
food was
I feel like the reason why he asked for a Ghanaian roommate was to continue the food he was eating in his country. No, literally.
like you know, Liberia came from war, right?
Yeah.
And then there was peacekeepers who went
To hell.
to Liberia, and there were Ghanaian peacekeepers. I worked at Gambat. Gambat was the Ghanaian contingent of peacekeeping force. So I live in a compound with all Ghanaian soldiers. So I mean, there were some of them you could easily relate with, and there were some of them who would keep to themselves.
Okay.
So I already have some interactions with Ghanaians, and after every year they will change the entire troops and will bring new troops. So when I decided to travel for the university, I was like, okay, I've already interacted with Ghanaians, and
So you knew how to flow with them.
so I chose Ghana, and then when I came, one of the things I started doing was learning the language. I think I've done a bit.
All right, that's nice. So let's hear something from Mr. Samuel. All right, let's say from the Ghanaian side, what lesson or innovations from foreigners that have positively influenced on local practices? So what lesson or innovation from the foreigners? You having a foreigner as your roommate, so you guys being in the same room for like how many years? 2 to 3 years now. So what's the lesson or what innovation have you learned from it? It's not necessarily him alone, but generally.
I mean, as you said, not him alone. First of all, you have to adapt to their accents.
You, the Ghanaian, have to adapt to a foreigner accent in your country.
Yes.
Okay.
As much as you have to understand that tolerance is either ways.
Okay.
It's not one-sided. As much as the person is in your country doesn't mean you don't have to tolerate some certain attributes of the person. So accent is very important. You sometimes even learn 1 or 2 words from them as much as.
So what have you learned?
They speak English, but it's not the English, you know.
So one example.
I can't.
3 years.
But yeah, apart from that, when it comes to innovations, I mean, one typical example is back in the days, going to like secondary school 4 or 5 years ago. When you're going to secondary school, you have your Gary sugar milk, right? Like powdered. But right now we have Kivo. Kivo is not a Ghanaian own.
Okay.
So you could say like for a foreigner to come into the country, study how Ghanaians like live, knows that
they like Gary and sugar.
They like Gary and sugar. So why don't I just be innovative and add
Put it
them
together. That's a good point.
Easy. So
Yeah.
and it's not only about the food. Fintech, for example, like our banking system, there are I mean, you don't build a country with just your local people. A country is built where a country is supposed to be cosmopolitan in the first place.
Exactly.
So the country is built with people from far and near. So yeah.
I quite remember some time ago in Togo, so the president of Togo, Faure Gnassingbé, wanted to take out all the Nigerians, but then he realized that when he takes them out, the economy of the country will crash. So it means that the economy of the country was built on foreigners.
It's wherever you go in the world.
It's there.
In the US, in the UK, you don't build a country
On nationals.
Nationals, it will crumble. So I mean, that's one of the innovative things that like allowing foreigners to like come into your country. That's one of the perks that you get from it. I mean, there are always bad sides to it, but if we look at the bigger picture, that's it.
All right, so let me ask my boss. All right, so this is, what advice would you give to someone newly arriving in Ghana to maximize their positive impact? What advice would you give to that person? So, because everyone that is leaving their country to another country is literally coming with an ambition, like something. So, what advice would you give them to maximize their potential as a, immigrant?
Well, I came here for school, so I'll speak from that perspective.
Exactly.
I think if you come here to school, like you realize that you learn a lot. And I think like Jackson said, we have a lot of good schools back in Nigeria, so it wasn't a matter of not attending the school, there was the exposure I wanted. I think it's important because I realized that Ghana has a large diaspora, so particularly West African, so you meet people from all over West Africa over here that are schooling. I think you should take advantage of that, as well as the quality of schooling that you get. Ensure you put yourself out there for programs, for events, and internships as well. There are a lot of people that are willing to give you a chance at an internship, whether you're a foreigner or a national, and I am a living testament to that. Primarily, ensure you maximize your connections. Doesn't mean that you have to become like someone that goes out every day or become like a party person, but pick your moments and don't be afraid to step up to people and say hello and hold a conversation. But I think most importantly, no one wants to talk to an empty vessel.
Yeah.
So as long as you are here, take advantage of everything that you have. Try and learn as much as possible. Try and build as much as possible, and also ensure that you are speaking to people and expanding your connections. I think that's the best advice anyone can have coming to a new country.
That's great. So let's not forget that this show is proudly sponsored by Alma Furnitures and also partner with Regent University College of Science and Technology. We offer so many courses in the school. All right, so let me ask this question. This is a reflective question. Let's have His Lordship. This, you know that this is how do you call them? Chief Justice, the Chief Justice of Regent University Student Parliament. Like we have him here. So Chief Justice, His Lordship. This question. Let me ask you this question. I want you to share a moment. Okay, share a moment when you felt fully at home in Ghana. Just one moment, not long. A line, a short one. A moment you felt fully at home in Ghana.
I think the moment I felt fully at home in Ghana was the last bonfire that I hosted.
Did I literally expected something like that? The Jama.
Yes, because just when I came to Ghana, and I saw a lot of programs that we have had
in the school.
In the school.
Okay.
And the first Jama we had was with, what's his name? Derek. It wasn't on campus.
Derek Ofori.
Derek Ofori's time. We started at the gate there, and we went up McCarthy Hills and came back. It wasn't, but I didn't understand. But then I didn't understand any of the song. But
you were dancing.
I was dancing to the rhythm, and we were just walking in the street, and then we went around. The next time, I was on social media, on Instagram specifically. I saw MTC Imora, and then I saw those boys hitting those drums, and then I followed them. I started listening to the songs more. I started asking my roommate, "What does this mean? What does this line?"
And they were
So I would ask him, and he would say it. So I started to understand the songs, and I started to learn the songs. The next time when they said bonfire, I told them I'm the one hosting the bonfire. Like, a foreigner is hosting a bonfire. And trust me, those who have watched the bonfire we had, they said it was the best that they had. A lot of testament came from me because I saw it, and then I saw this group that I knew who could do it very well. And then I contacted them, and they came, and I brought them. So because of that, the next bonfire that is coming, they are handing it over to me again.
Okay.
I should host the bonfire.
So if I say, end your experience now, you understand?
Oh yes, you say your experiences.
It's long.
Long.
All right.
Oh,
That's nice. All right.
oh,
So,
mathematics.
Emeka, what do you want to share with us about an experience you had that made you feel at home in Ghana?
Okay, so last year I attended the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week, and I met a lot of cool people doing similar things to what I do, and I had amazing conversations with people not just from Ghana but from across the world. And being who I am and doing what I do, being in that place and having the opportunity to interact with people like that share a passion for what I do was a really surreal experience, and I enjoyed it so much.
How come no one said food? It's just I'm not fed I like food, so food would have been my first thing. All right, okay. Let's hear from our chairman. I'm used to calling him SK. It's personal, so. All right, so let me ask you this question to Samuel. As a Ghanaian, what moment of collaboration with foreigner have stood out to you? All your time you spent with the foreigners. What moment stood out?
I mean, collaboration doesn't have to be corporate, right? So like, basically, going out together, that's one thing that stood out for me, because I was marveled at how you don't understand the language, but you vibe to whatever we are doing. So like, that means you are open-minded to enjoying and experiencing the country. So I think we went to this program 3 years ago, Atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
It was very fun, even though they didn't understand the songs and anything, but the vibes alone was nice. So yeah, I mean, going out together, having like experience and having fun times, yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a corporate event or something, but just living on vibes. That's it.
Pretty lady, have you had an experience with a foreigner that you want to share? Any experience?
Okay, so to add up to what he was saying, let's say seeing foreigner whom arrived in your country and want to try your food, want you to help them to know how to speak your local language.
So you met one who said, "Teach me your language."
Oh yeah, I was staying with one Liberian guy. Yeah, we were neighbors.
Co-neighbors, okay.
So he was like, "Oh." So Papi would be like, "Oh, Tina, what are you cooking?" I'll be like, "Oh, I'm cooking maybe yam or cocoyam." Okay.
Ampesi. He likes ampesi.
He'll be like, what's the local name for that? I'll be like, oh, it's ampesi. Okay, can I try when you are done cooking?
Exploring.
Yeah, so I'll give him some of the food. He'll try and be like, oh yeah, it's nice. Oh, next time when you're cooking, add me to your distance, so that you'll be giving me different type of the Ghanaian dishes that you'll be cooking and stuff. So it got to even a time when you are about to cook, he will bring a chair, teach me how to cook the
that's
food,
nice.
so that I'll try it personal next time for my kid, brother and sister. So I'll be teaching him and stuff. So I think watching them learn your own
food, your culture, what you eat.
yes, and your languages and stuff, like it's really nice.
So did you ever ask him at a point to teach you how to cook his food? Or did you ever see him eating his local food?
Yes,
what food
I
was
did.
it?
It was rice and he said soup.
What soup?
He plucked different leaves.
Like we have a librarian.
That we don't eat.
We have a librarian here, so it's possible that he literally knows some of the.
It was Christmas time
and the special food.
I so he.
What food do you think? No, just guess. What food do you think was it?
I think Liberians eat a lot of different leaves, right?
Like
vegetables, like that's our thing. So
what are the leaves? You have to know the leaves.
The names of
the thing is, a Liberian will give you the leaf of the cassava.
So cassava leaves.
Cassava was part and
Wait,
So if
pretty lady, you there, I'm
if-
coming. Pretty lady, was it the cassava that was part or the leaf of the cassava? Which one?
No, the cassava leaves.
The leaves.
They eat like different
Grain,
leaves.
grain.
You
Yes,
see,
different
so
colors.
the thing, it wasn't stew. It was in the form of like soup.
Soup.
Yes.
Okay, so I will tell you that was water grease.
Okay. But
Don't worry, he'll cook it for you one day. Very soon.
I
Because
couldn't
it was in the
eat
form of
it
soup
though. Like,
because we don't do cassava leaf soup. Cassava leaf comes directly with stew, and then potato grease too comes directly with stew.
actually, he said it was a stew, but for me,
It looked like soup.
good.
Okay, so it's point of view.
Once it looks like a soup, then that means I will tell you it was a water grain.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
that's what he cooked. Then was like, oh, I should come and taste it.
I did
Well,
taste it.
I did.
Did you eat it how he ate your food?
Actually, frankly speaking,
You were scared.
Was
Oh,
it?
it's not like I was scared.
Was
I tried it, but you see, you can eat someone's food and be like, oh, this one, it's really nice. Although you haven't tried it before, it really tastes good. But this one, the rice was okay. Their rice to eat very, very long. It's not normal
So
rice.
it wasn't a Ghanaian rice?
No,
Liberian
it's
rice.
different rice. Like I haven't seen some before, so I was a little bit scared, and I tried 1-2 spoons, and I was like, "Oh, I'm full."
Osro.
Was the soup a little bit full?
Hey, Charlie, they are come to cook here. Oh, hey.
With red oil.
Good.
It is well. It's well. All right. Okay. Let's take this. This is a question for all. Since you're already holding, you can start and then you pass it to him. Then it goes that way. All right. So it says, how do foreigners and local collaborate to create lasting change in community? For example, Regent University is a community. So it could be a best idea. How has the foreigners and then the locals, the nationals, I don't know, I don't really like using the word locals, I don't know why. But then, so the foreigners and then the nationals, how can we collaborate to create a lasting change in the community? Let's say in Regent University, how can we do that? Who wants to start? And now, is it, oh, you, okay, His Lordship.
So I think collaboration is just almost in ourselves, right? Because the thing is, we can have the mind to do one thing, but your approach to doing it and my approach to doing it sometimes varies a bit.
Okay.
So I remember doing Neil Lai's time. I've always been in SRC.
Okay.
So I've done a lot of collaboration with nationals, and there was this thing that we wanted to do. We were planning a trip, and I think the guys who were organizing the trip had some sticker issues, and they brought it to the group. The way I approached it, they didn't get it from the beginning, and then it became a bit of argument, and then we sorted out. And it was another national who read our charts and was like, "Oh, Massa, this thing is not an issue. So you guys are just understanding because somebody is just trying to give their quota and everything." And then when a guy took his time to communicate with them, and then the honors too, from the point I was speaking, it was like, "Oh, I think what he's saying is right. I think we just want us to use the power of tenacity to get the students on board, because that was the issue of getting the students on board." And at the end of the day, when they accepted, we went for one bus, but then the entire program was how to fill a bus. But when it came to the day of the program, we had to go for an extra bus.
Okay.
So I think collaboration is just the understanding.
Okay.
We can have different approaches to do one thing, but if we incorporate all of our ideas, we get what we want to get done.
All right, so for those who are just joining, the theme of this is life in Ghana as a foreigner. This is the Mind series, so let's continue the enjoyment. Yes, sir.
I think, like Jackson said, collaboration is just about doing things together, and that requires that you respect the other person as much as the person respects you. I think a lot of petty arguments and grievances that we humans carry against one another can be solved by just respecting and understanding each other and not having to let everything descend to quarrels. So that's what I live by, and I encourage everyone to not have any prejudice, just respect, and I think we can all live together like that.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, sir.
I mean, that's it, understanding. That's the foundation. You have to understand that no matter where you come from, we are all humans, like we are all one people. So there is no need for discrimination or anything that will make it seem like we are not united. Because at the end of the day, it's not just learning. It's not just like academic learning also. It's learning how to like live with people in general, because there is life after uni, there's life after school, so you don't know where you find yourself.
Exactly.
So yeah, we just have to have that understanding that no matter where you come from, we are one people. So the same way you want to be treated, that's how you treat someone. That's all.
Our pretty lady, what do you have to say for us before we end this session?
Okay, to add up to what the gents also were saying, there shouldn't be any discrimination, neither isolation, because some people too, especially we ladies, when we find ourselves in some place, let's say maybe we want to do this thing, we've all agreed on it. You see, maybe you tell the other person to do it, and media, I don't feel like joining. Oh, you guys can do it without me. Maybe the person feels maybe coming together, doing the same thing with the Ghanaians or the people. Let's say maybe there's only one Nigerian or only one other country person involved in about 10 or 20 Ghanaians.
Okay.
When she feels intimidated or somewhere, the person will always isolate herself.
Yeah, I even remember a situation like that. There was this foreigner who always isolated herself because she felt like she didn't understand anything. But then she was only active in the French lectures.
You see, so like someone will be like, oh, when we are in a meeting, because I am not from this country, they mostly speak their language. I don't even understand it. I don't even know if they are gossiping about me or insulting me. So then I would prefer isolating myself instead of maybe coming close to them. Oh, you said this person, let's say, I'm a Ghanaian, you're a Ghanaian, and we are communicating. I'll be like, oh, how far do we bring me? You can be like, oh, what's the meaning of that? I will teach you. But if you isolate yourself, you will never like.
But okay, before we end it, I think with the isolation part, I've seen a scenario whereby two Ghanaians were talking, and then there was a French lady passing, and then one said, "Hey, girl, no, who you feel?" The girl, the French lady didn't understand the meaning of "Nuhuyemifeu," so she was looking at them because the way they said it, it drew her attention.
Sure.
So she knew they were talking about her, and she didn't know what they said. But then at the end of the day, they didn't explain to her what it was or what they said. She asked them, "What did you say?" And they said, "Oh, don't worry." And she was like, so later on she came to me and said, are this how they are? I said, what happened? She said, this person said this. So I went to the person. I said, what did you say? Oh, I said, oh, yes, and I started laughing. So I came to her and said, they actually said, you are beautiful. So I think, as he said, communication. I think with good communication, it will help both the foreigners and then the nationals. So if a national should say something in their local language, I think if a foreigner is around, I think there should be a basic foundation, a basic ground, a basic language, which is English.
Yeah.
Right? So if you are not ready to teach the foreigner what your language is, then you should speak English. And I think same with the foreigner who is not ready to teach a national their language. I think if you should speak English.
Yeah.
English is a universal language. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I think this has been a very lucrative, educative session. Yeah, so let's not forget that this was proudly sponsored by Alma Furniture and Regent University. So you can get the contact below. You get the contact to Regent University if you want to enroll your child, if you want to come to one of the best universities in the country, in the Republic of Ghana. Regent University College of Science and Technology is one of the best places that you can find yourself, and you would get what you're looking for. And it's good to say that today happens to be the birthday of Ghana, the 69th birthday of Ghana. So we want to say happy birthday, Motherland Ghana. We are proud of you. We are proud of how far you're going. We are so happy. And we say happy birthday, Ghana. Once again, I want to say thank you to my wonderful panelists. It was awesome having you all year. Thank you so much, and God bless you. And the viewers, we say thank you so much, and God bless you. See you on our next episode. My name is Julius Cole. The Mind series is all about how you think. Thank you.
Not a wasteland, but a worldly land, a rich land, a mad land. Her heart has been ailing for years and now seems to collapse. Jenny now seems to be on a sure path, contributing to the future dreams remaining uncertain. Palace walls may be gold, but there are cracks in the crown. The street cries, but there are promises in the skies. Promises upon promises, blooming in the speeches of leaders, yet future dreams remain uncertain. We bend, but do not break. Regardless, unity should remain, because together we make.